to what is whole needs parenting. So I've developed this approach, and I've developed it from other approaches like positive parenting, gentle parenting, that didn't quite encompass everything. And it starts with one simple truth, and that is that every behavior, yours, your children's, everybody's, every behavior is actually driven by a need. And obviously there's needs like love and validation, but there's also physical and practical ones too. So whether it's rest or movement or connection or structure or safety. So most parenting approaches actually focus on the behavior, and they're just trying to stop the behavior, the shouting, the meltdowns, the tantrums, our frustration. And yes, they do kind of work, or they do actually work. But then there's a fallout because it hasn't encompassed the whole person and what their needs are. And so children are now growing up with their needs being neglected and not being taught how to look at their needs. This is nobody's fault. It's just an oversight because the behavior management is working. So we believe it works. But then if you look at children who are now adults with anxiety and all these other issues, it's because we've missed that what is behind the behavior. What's the need? And we are not meeting those needs, the internal needs and the external needs. So this approach is based in science like attachment theory, nervous system regulation, and trauma. So we are now looking at the whole person. And we look at ourselves as well as our children, because children thrive when they feel safe, connected, and emotionally supported. So this is what we are there to do. They need their internal safety, like that sense of calm and emotional stability, and then the external, where there's clear consistency, structure, predictability. And when those needs are met, then the nervous system is all settled. When they're not met, the behavior happens. Think of it this way. As adults, we tend to use language a little bit more. But when you're children, you don't have the language, so the behavior is the language. And yet, even as adults, we don't have the language. And because we don't, we need to see what our body's doing, what's our behavior. When somebody upsets us and we feel hurt, that feeling, that is your body conveying to you that there's something going on. So some of these are obvious and you know them, but what we're not addressing is the actual needs behind it. In whole needs parenting, our goal is to raise children who feel secure, connected, and emotionally supported. To get there, we focus on safety, predictability, and empathy. These are the conditions that help children thrive. I also have a three-pronged approach. This is a wraparound because we need to look at the whole picture. So it's me, my child, us. So meaning me as the parent or caregiver, my child or my children, and then us as a family, us relating to each other, the whole family. What I'd like you to change your view on is to see this as a relationship. This isn't you as a parent trying to manage your children. You are leading them. But to lead them, you need to address yourself too. Me, my child, us. And it is a relationship, which is fluid and always changing. Now, the problem is that children are feeding off of you. And if you can't regulate and you're struggling, which we are because our patience is tested and we're getting triggered and frustrated, how are we going to teach them and lead them when we can't do it ourselves? And they're feeling what we're feeling. So now we have this dynamic relationship where we're wound up, they're wound up, and we're escalating it. And we want to actually bring it back down. And that's our role. So whole needs parenting, it's not about being permissive. It's not about letting go of boundaries. We need the boundaries, but it's about being attuned, understanding the signals, and then understanding the need behind it, and then meeting that need. What we're trying to build is a connection with our children. And we're being there for them so they feel safe knowing that we're there for them and that regardless of their behavior, they are going to feel safe. So, with whole needs parenting, it's about understanding, creating the trust with your child. You're not being perfect, you're not following a script, you're understanding that you need to look behind the behavior for the need. And when we address the need, then we change the behavior. But we also need to address our needs as well, because this is an interactive relationship.